Hey, it's the Refined Reseller. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, you'll see things that I have bought at garage and estate sales, and I have sold on eBay. I also give tips, tricks, and advice on how to become a successful eBay seller. In today's video, I am going to show you some recent stuff that I sold, and almost everything I sold, I bought in bulk at either a garage sale or an estate sale. If you take anything away from this video, just realize that you should buy in bulk whenever you possibly can. But before I get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's go. All right, the very first item I have to show you is this Royal and Lang Nickel engraving art kit. This is a gold kit of a tiger. I bought this at an estate sale along with a bunch of other ones. I really had never seen these before. I thought it was pretty interesting, so I picked them up, and I sold this one for $9.99. I also sold this one. This is not a gold one. It is called a rainbow kit. It's 6 different animals, and this one sold for $12.99. Moving right along, I was at the estate sale that goes from Natchitoches, Louisiana to Nacogdoches, Texas. It's about a 100-mile garage sale. It is called Sale on the Trail. I did make a video about it. If you'd like to check out that video, simply click the link right above. But I bought these bar mats. I bought about, I'm going to say 35 of them. This is a Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey rubber bar mat. It sold for $29.99. Then I sold this Sailor Jerry spiced rum one. It also sold for $29.99. Then I sold this Tito's vodka. It sold for $24.99. So that's 75 bucks right there in sales on 3 mats. I bought about 30 or 35 of them. I didn't really count them all up, but I think they're going to sell, quite well. Obviously, they are because I have already sold 3 of them, and I went on the trip last week, so I'm very happy about that. Next, I sold this Cuisinart replacement blade. I bought this along with an entire Cuisinart and some other replacement blades. I sold this one for $10.99. Then I sold this Cuisinart work bowl for $29.99. It was brand new in the box. Again, I bought these in bulk. I bought everything all for one price, and I'm selling them a piece at a time, and I'm happy with the results that I am getting. Next, I sold some more DVDs and CDs. I sold this DVD. It is Dawn of the Dead. Maybe you remember this movie. I think it's from the 1980s. Horror does really well for me. It's like the gorier it is, the better it sells. This sold for $11.99. CDs sell well for me also. I sold this one right here. This is a Roots music compilation of different artists. It sold for $9.99. I also sold this pair of Robert Plant CDs. They sold for $11.99. Again, bought all these in bulk, bought 300 at one garage sale, and I have been selling them for the last 3 or 4 months. I've sold a ton of these. I've made a lot of money, and they're doing really well. I did make a video about whether or not you should sell CDs on eBay. You can click the link right above. It'll take you right to it. And of course, the answer is yes, you should sell CDs on eBay, but check out the link and find out exactly why. Next, I sold this blank reel-to-reel lot of blank containers. There are no reels in here. They are just blank. I bought these at a garage sale. There was a huge box of reel-to-reel tapes. I started looking through them. I got 70 of them. 70 of them had the reels in them, and they had recorded music on them. I've sold a bunch of those, and this is the second lot of these blank reel-to-reel cases that I sold, and I sold these 5 for $15.99. Next, I sold this Magnatek lamp ballast. I had 10 of these. This is the last one I have. I sold it for $9.99. I bought this at a business going out of business sale. It was a security business. It had a warehouse full of stuff. I probably bought about 200 items at that sale, and I'm still selling them. At that sale, I got this Bosch seismic detector. It sold for $39.99. And then check this out. I got this Alibi license plate camera. I got 2 of these. This is the second one that I have sold, and I sold this one like I did the other one for $199.99. That is just awesome. If that's an item you're not looking for, keep an eye out for security stuff like this. Then I saw this woman's lounger. I bought this at an estate sale. It was in an old ratted out trailer. Walked in. The lady was a hoarder. She was addicted to QVC. She just spent all of her money buying stuff. I bought 300 items of clothing at that one estate sale, and it's still selling for me. This is about the 30th one of these loungers that I have sold. It sold for $15.99. I also sold this Indigo Moon blouse. It sold for $19.99. This is a QVC product. Then I sold this Bob Mackie blouse. It sold for $19.99 also. Again, got all of this stuff at one estate sale. I made a video of it. It's pretty interesting. You might want to check it out. Just click the link right above and you can see that really interesting sale I went to. I'll just call it interesting. You know, there weren't any rats running around or roaches, but they had been there before. So, you know, I still bought the stuff anyway, and I'm selling it and selling it and selling it. Next is this Susan Schwehe Art Workshop DVD. It sold for $12.99. Then I sold this Roses Are for Everyone. It's an instruction book on how to paint roses. It sold for $12.99. You know, again, a category I've just gotten used to selling or thought about selling. It's painter supplies, art supplies, books, paint brushes, oil paint, and that kind of stuff is doing really well. Then I sold this Cropper Hopper. This is the second one of these I sold. It sold for $39.99. It is a scrapbooking. It's for scrapbooking. It's a container that you put scrapbooking materials in. It was brand new. It's the second one I sold. I bought this along with all of those paint supplies at one estate sale, and I'm doing really well with it. Here's a vintage trucker's cap that I sold. It is a humble truckline trucker's cap. It has the mesh back to it, and I have sold a number of these over the years. I remember the very first one I sold. I bought 100 of them in a lot for $10. There was one that was a Levi Strauss cap with a Levi Strauss leather logo on it. I sold it in 1 minute on eBay, and I sold it for $299.99. And ever since then, I always keep an eye out for caps. They don't all sell for that price. Like, I only got $9.99 for this one, but I think I paid a quarter for it, so I'm happy with that. Next is this Southwestern Advantage textbook. I pick up textbooks that are recent, you know, whenever I can. I think I bought 8 of these in a lot. I thought I would have sold them quicker. It's taken a while. This is the very first one I have sold. It sold for $19.99. Of course, in most places, school is starting up again, so maybe these textbooks will sell better than they have in the past. Next, I sold this World Aeronautical Map or Chart. It's of Galveston, Texas. It sold for $9.99. I bought these at an estate sale. They were in a piece of luggage. I opened the luggage. They had about 150 of these. I bought them all, and I've already sold 100 of them, and I'm selling them for $9.99 each. So good, good, good for me. It's worked out really well. I made a lot of money on these aeronautical chart maps. They are vintage. They're from the 1960s and the 1970s. Next, I sold this Avon Lip Balm. It's a lot of 20 containers of lip balm. It does have a Christmas theme, and it is August. So you see, you can sell Christmas items in August. Don't be afraid to try it. This lot sold for $29.99. I bought it on the world's longest garage sale last year. So I've had these for about a year, but I bought 300 Avon products at one sale, and I have been selling them all year long. Next is this Lsu Tigers Vest. It was brand new. I sold it for $29.99. I'm sure an LSU Tiger fan bought it. As a matter of fact, the person who bought it does live in Louisiana. So the LSU Tigers, a really successful football season last year. Their stuff sells for me. Next, I bought this Thomas Kincaid puzzle. So what I've been reading is that because of what's going on right now, people are at home doing stuff like playing board games, making puzzles. I bought about 6 of these puzzles, I think 3 months ago. This is the very first one I sold. It sold for $19.99. But for me, the puzzles have not been selling. So, you know, either I bought the wrong puzzles or what I'm reading is simply not true. Moving on, one last item that I want to talk to you about. This is a vintage photograph of a sailor. I think it's from the 1910s, 1915s, something like that. I'm just kind of getting into what's called ephemera, which is old paper products. I was at an estate sale. They had an entire photograph album. I bought the whole album. There are probably 150 photos in that album. They're all from the 1915s. I would say 1915 to 1940. I am selling some of them individually. I am grouping some other ones in lots. I sold this one by itself because I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's from 1915. It's a sailor. It only sold for $3.99, but again, I bought about 150 photographs in a photo book for a very, very low price. So here's the question of the day. Did you see something that I sold that you may not have thought about selling? Well, I hope you did, and I hope you learned from watching this video. So next time you're out, maybe you can look for some of the similar things that I showed you that I sold. You can buy them for really cheap prices, and you can sell them on eBay just like I did. So do me a favor. Do like me. Buy low, sell high, like this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you next time. And again, the tip of the day, whenever you can, buy in bulk. I'll see you next time.